When true friends meet in adverse hour, 'tis like a sunbeam through a shower. A watery way an instant seen, the darkly closing clouds between. In the wide pile, by others heeded not, hers was one sacred solitary spot, whose gloomy aisles and bending shelves contain for moral hunger food, and cures for moral pain. The wretch, concentred all in self, living, shall forfeit fair renown, and, doubly dying, shall go down to the vile dust from whence he sprung, unwept, unhonored, and unsung. The lovers of the chase say that the hare feels more agony during the pursuit of the greyhounds, than when she is struggling in their fangs. No word of commiseration can make a burden feel one feather's weight lighter to the slave who must carry it. Lawyers' anxiety about the fate of the most interesting cause has seldom spoiled either his sleep or digestion. How nearly can what we most despise and hate approach in outward manner to that which we most venerate? There is no better antidote against entertaining too high an opinion of others than having an excellent one of ourselves at the very same time. Discretion is the perfection of reason, and a guide to us in all the duties of life. "I forgive you, Sir Knight," said Rowena, as a Christian. "That means," said Wamba, "that she does not forgive him at all." "And my father? Oh, my father! Evil is it with his daughter, when his grey hairs are not remembered because of the golden locks of youth." He that does good, having the unlimited power to do evil, deserves praise not only for the good which he performs, but for the evil which he forbears. He that is without name, without friend, without coin, without country, is still at least a man, and he that has all these is no more. Thou and I are but the blind instruments of some irresistible fatality, that hurries us along, like ships driving before the storm, which are dashed against each other, and so perish. I pretend not to be a champion of that same naked virtue called truth, to the very outrance. I can consent that her charms be hidden with a veil, were it but for decency's sake. To all the sensual world proclaim, one crowded hour of glorious life is worth an age without a name. The seat of the Celtic muse is in the midst of the secret and solitary hill, and her voice in the murmur of the mountain stream. The gaudy coloring with which she veiled her unhappiness afforded as little real comfort as the gay uniform of the soldier when it is drawn over his mortal wound. There are few more melancholy sensations than those with which we regard scenes of past pleasure when altered and deserted. My mind to me a kingdom is. I am rightful monarch, and, God to aid, I will not be dethroned by any rebellious passion that may rear its standard against me. Revenge, the sweetest morsel to the mouth that ever was cooked in hell. All men who have turned out worth anything have had the chief hand in their own education. Oh, what a tangled web we weave, when first we practice to deceive. Love rules the court, the camp, the grove, and men below, and the saints above, for love is heaven, and heaven is love. For he that does good, having the unlimited power to do evil, deserves praise not only for the good which he performs, but for the evil which he forbears. The misery of keeping a dog is his dying so soon. But, to be sure, if he lived for 50 years and then died, what would become of me? Many a law, many a commandment have I broken, but my word never. Fight on, brave knights. Man dies, but glory lives. Fight on, death is better than defeat. Fight on, brave knights. For bright eyes behold your deeds. I have heard men talk about the blessings of freedom, he said to himself, but I wish any wise man would teach me what use to make of it now that I have it. I envy thee not thy faith, which is ever in thy mouth but never in thy heart nor in thy practice. A lawyer without history or literature is a mechanic, a mere working mason. If he possesses some knowledge of these, he may venture to call himself an architect. We shall never learn to feel and respect our real calling and destiny, unless we have taught ourselves to consider everything as moonshine, compared with the education of the heart. It was woman that taught me cruelty, and on woman therefore I have exercised it. Breathes there the man with soul so dead, who never to himself hath said, This is my own, my native land. Heap on more wood, the wind is chill, but let it whistle as it will, we'll keep our Christmas merry still. Blessed be his name, who hath appointed the quiet night to follow the busy day, and the calm sleep to refresh the wearied limbs and to compose the troubled spirit. Wounds sustained for the sake of conscience carry their own balsam with the blow. Success or failure in business is caused more by the mental attitude even than by mental capacities. And please return it. You may think this a strange request, but I find that although my friends are poor arithmeticians, they are nearly all of them good bookkeepers. One or two of these scoundrel statesmen should be shot once a year, just to keep the others on their good behavior.